Bloomberg.com. How the United States Defense Department uses AI, artificial intelligence warfare, to target enemies. Newsletter. U.S. troops Toolbox now includes AI, a potential revolution in combat, plus advances in human-like robots and the impact of rising chocolate costs. Illustrations by Yoshi Sadokoya, written by Katrina Manson. February 29th, 2024, at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're reading the BW Daily, Get Business Week's newsletter, the Business Week Daily. Welcome to the Business Week Daily, the Bloomberg Business Week newsletter, where we'll bring you interesting voices, great reporting, and the magazine's usual charm every weekday. Let us know what you think by emailing our editor here. If this has been forwarded to you, click here to sign up. Must reads. Spot Bitcoin ETFs are shaking up the cryptocurrency market. A Saudi-led group of Arab states is pushing a blueprint for Palestinian statehood. The Fed's preferred gauge of underlying inflation rose in January at the fastest pace in nearly a year. On a summer evening in 2020 at Fort Liberty, a sprawling U.S. Army installation in North Carolina, soldiers from the 18th Airborne Corp pored over satellite images on the computers in their command post. They weren't the only ones looking. Moments earlier, an artificial intelligence program had scanned the pictures with instructions to identify and suggest targets. Airborne. Gate 1. All non-badged personnel report to Gate 1, located at main entrance. Per ATTP 3-39-.32, badge holders, individual entry only. The headquarters of the 18th Airborne Corps at Fort Liberty. Photographer Cornell Watson for Bloomberg Business Week. The program asked the human minders to confirm its selection. A decommissioned tank. After they decided the AI had it right, the system sent a message to an M142 HIMARS, or High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, the wheeled rocket launcher that's a mainstay of America's artillery forces, instructing it to fire. A rocket whistled through the air and found its mark, destroying the tank. The explosion was like any other in the hundreds of live fire exercises that occur each year on Fort Liberty's 146,000 acres of training grounds. In fact, it had no precedent in the Army. For the first time, American soldiers had struck a target located and identified by an AI program. Well, that's not what it just said. It is said that the AI program identified a target, but it had to be confirmed by the soldier or the operator. So, yes, that's no different than a spotter using, it has to be confirmed by a person. Less than 4 years after that milestone, America's first use of AI in warfare is no longer theoretical. In the past several weeks, computer vision algorithms that form part of the U.S. Department of Defense flagship AI effort, Project MAVEN, have located rocket launchers in Yemen and surface vessels in the Red Sea and helped narrow targets for strikes in Iraq and Syria. According to Schuyler, the chief technology officer of the U.S. Central Command. The U.S. isn't the only country making this leap. Israel's military has said it's using AI to make targeting recommendations in Gaza, and Ukraine is employing AI software in its efforts to turn back Russia's invasion. Navigating AI's transition from the laboratory to combat is one of the thorniest issues facing military leaders. Advocates for its rapid adoption are convinced that combat will soon take place at a speed faster than the human brain can follow. But technologists fret that the American military's networks and data aren't yet good enough to cope. Frontline troops are reluctant to entrust their lives to software they aren't sure works, and ethicists worry about the dystopian prospect of leaving potentially fatal decisions to machine. Meanwhile, some in Congress and hawkish think tanks are pushing the Pentagon to move faster. Alarmed that the United States could be falling behind China, which has a national strategy to become the world's primary AI innovation center by 2030. A growing number of U.S. military officers predict that AI will transform the way America and its enemies make war, ranking it alongside the radio and machine gun in its potential revolutionized combat. In a signal of its possible ambitions, the United States recently argued at the United Nations that human control of autonomous weapons is not required by international law. Well, I think when international law was originally written, or its customs or practices or treaty, well, there was not even a single possibility of artificial intelligence. We hadn't even imagined such a thing. So, why, of course, it wouldn't address it because it didn't exist. I mean, that doesn't mean it's still okay to do this. I mean, for gosh sakes. People have always been in charge of weaponry. That's all we know. The technology is what's new. The morals and ethics aren't new. We've had those forever. What a silly kind of argument to make. Some new technology that we didn't even know about, now we're going to put it in charge of something? That seems foolish to me. Oh, the chocolate has gone missing. Katrina Manson reports how AI is reshaping warfare at home and abroad. Okay, here we go. So the article from Bloomberg refers to the HIMARS. So this is from military.com. This is a image of a HIMARS. At least it's what it purports to be. I mean, I don't know what a HIMARS looks like. I have no idea. But anyway, here's what it says. I mean, this is what this says at military.com. M142 HIMARS. Lockheed Martin BAE Systems, 24,000 pounds, length 23 feet, width 8 feet, height 10.5 feet, crew 3, max rate of fire 6 rockets, maximum range 45 miles, operational range 298 miles, speed 53 miles per hour, offering multiple launch rocket system, firepower on a wheeled chassis. The high mobility artillery rocket system is the newest member of the MLRS launcher family. Oh, here's a video. HIMARS, bullet points. Here we go. Here it is. The video is 2 minutes and 44 seconds long. bullet points. I mean, the pun was definitely intended, but that's not funny at all. Like, who makes these? Lockheed Martin? Is this how Lockheed Martin... This is the videos they make to promote their product? It is a product. It's mounted on a standard 5-ton Army medium tactical vehicle truck frame. HIMARS carries a 6-pack. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Really? Boy, you know what? My gosh. That's just awful. A 6-pack of rockets, like it's beer or something. GMLRS rockets or one TACMS missile and is designed to launch the entire MLR's family of munitions.
Nothing's better than shooting rockets. There's nothing that makes your blood boil better than that.
It sure does glorify violence, doesn't it? HIMARS is transportable by C-130 and larger aircraft for rapid deployment. Oh, well, that means big, commercial aircraft, I guess. I mean, passenger aircraft, commercial aircraft. It's just an aircraft. I mean, you can reconfigure it any way you want. Gosh, look at all the big commercials. 747, 777, 760, 757. I mean, how many sevens are there out of Boeing? I mean, Airbus, France. How many big airplanes are there? A lot. They can be reconfigured. They sure can. So doesn't have to be a military-looking C-130. No. It could be a commercial aircraft. Look like a regular airplane, The
whole purpose of HIMARS weapon system is to be able to quickly get into and out of an area through a bird, a plane.
Fire.
There are currently around 480 HIMARS systems supporting conventional special forces around the world. You have to remember, this video is being... I'm watching this video right now because there is a link inside the Bloomberg article. The Bloomberg article is talking about how artificial intelligence is being used to assist military personnel at Camp Liberty remotely fire a HIMARS. Well, it could be anywhere in the world, theoretically. I don't really know where they are. They could be firing HIMARS in any of these locations around the world. Theoretically.
One of the things that makes us unique is we can shoot a very long distance, very accurately, very precisely.
In January 2016, HIMARS has reached 1 million operation hours with a 99% operational readiness rate over the past 10 years.
Practicing is always extremely important to us because we have to maintain a certain level of readiness to be able to react at any time.
Practicing? What do you mean practice? Practice? What do you mean practice? I don't understand. I understand, whatever. I'm not a military person, so I really don't know what that means exactly. Reda Productions. L-O-U, Reda Productions. Okay. Reda Films. Reda Productions or Reda Films. Oh, that's Grand Central Station right there. Looks like Grand Central Station. For more than 50 years, 3 generations of Redas have been perfecting a highly creative approach to television and film production. That would be since 1970 or so. Featured productions. World War II in HD, 1 Emmy, 2 Emmy nominations. The Day the Towers Fell, 2 Emmy nominations. Scene On. National Geographic, PBS, A&E, CBS, Netflix, Amazon, Military.com, Discovery, History, Viacom, National Infantry Museum, our awards. Reda Films is a Emmy-winning television film production company with a office in New York City and studios in Easton, PA, founded in 1978. And internationally known as a producer of top-quality non-fiction programming, the company has produced over 600 hours for U.S. and international television networks. In the 1970s, Lou Reda, a decorated World War II veteran, turned television producer, started Reda Productions after seeing a need and opportunity in television to create historical documentaries through a fresh lens that would examine and bring to light the issues of the day. The company was propelled to the national stage when Reda produced the first syndicated television series for Viacom, and later the acclaimed CBS scripted miniseries, The Blue and the Gray. Nearly 5 decades later, which is now, 2020, Reda Productions' humble beginnings have led to over 600 hours of programming for domestic and international networks and the amassing of the largest privately owned film archive, Reda Archives LLC, in the United States. The company has received immense praise and numerous awards from the industry, including a People's Choice Award, Peabody Award, and Primetime Emmy Award, including 9 nominations. Known as Reda Films, the company continues to produce groundbreaking archival nonfiction programs while growing and developing projects across multiple genres for both linear and streaming platforms. As the industry has changed and grown, Reda Films has grown with it, with an office in New York City and studios in Easton, PA. The company is expanding its development slate to topics such as food, adventure, true crime, and beyond. Reda Films has one mandate when developing new concepts: to tell meaningful, powerful stories and provide a voice to the underrepresented. Well, this is not a news organization. Neither is a truth-telling organization. Neither is it a fake news promoting organization. It's just a private company, that's all. They don't have any moral, ethical, or other obligations to do anything. It's a for-profit enterprise. Of course it is. Here's some images. Looks like church windows back there. Probably in a converted building somewhere. A lot of churches and other places have closed, put the buildings to good use. Yeah. Principles. Our legacy. 3 generations of the Reda family has created innovative television film documentaries. Scott L. Reda, managing director. Scott has been involved in the growth and development of Reda Productions for over 35 years. He's been integral in creating and developing new and innovative films and has been responsible for executive producer of 100 specials and series for major networks. Upon his father Lou's retirement in 2007, Scott took over full control of the company. Adam J. Reda. Adam has been Chief Operating Officer and Director of Archives since 2011. Adam oversees the business operations. 45,000 hours of stock footage in the Reda archives, including the licensing of footage to major film and television studios. Prior to Reda Productions, Adam worked in book publishing. You know, I find it interesting. I mean, all these hours of footage, I mean, there's lots of footage for free in archives around the world. I mean, you know, you don't have to buy it. It's free. Especially in Europe, Great Britain and other places, you know. I mean, I wonder what is so special about their stock footage that they have. I mean, they obviously charge for it. I mean, I wonder where they got it in the first place. They had to get theirs from someplace. I mean, you're not making you can't make new footage of World War II or anything else. I mean, they had to get it from somewhere else. They didn't create it themselves. Of course not. Are they just selling something that they got for free somewhere else? Maybe. I don't know. You're sure not making new archival footage. I know that. Mark L. Reda. Mark has worked as creative director for 10 years, since 2010 or so. He guides ideas from inception all the way through production. Mark also acted as the talent producer in both the World War II. Yeah, World War II, boy, every bit of footage from World War II is freely available from archives around the world. You don't have to pay for that. It's free. Anybody can watch it or see it or use it. Yeah. It doesn't cost anything. It's free footage. It was all shot for the United States, it was shot by military personnel. Other countries as well. Reporters, all kinds of people. I mean, the BBC, gosh, lots of archival footage all around the world. Lots of places. This isn't anything they made, so they gathered it up. All right, great. But I hope people aren't paying for it, for the footage, when they got it for free. I mean, that would be sort of odd. I mean, granted, there's talent to curate it, put it together. I mean, that's worth something. I mean, I'm not saying they're stealing footage or misrepresenting something. I mean, I'm just saying it's convenient. So yeah, if you're some company, whatever, sure, it's convenient. So you come to a place like this because they've done all that work of gathering stuff up. Yes, of course. That's fine. I mean, it's just an odd kind of a thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's very specialized. But then again, in film, theater, Broadway, movies, every bit of everything is specialized. Costume, I mean, everything is specialized. So, I mean, I'm not criticizing Reda Productions in any way. No, I'm not. But they make these videos too for these HIMARS things. I mean, they're getting paid by Lockheed Martin or perhaps the Defense Department to produce these videos of actual military equipment too. That's how I got to here. It's because of the HIMARS video that's at military.com that they produced, that I got to that because it was in a article by Bloomberg that came out today about AI. So, I mean, just keeping it clear in my head about, sort of the breadcrumbs here. I mean, that's why I'm here at this place right now. Even after retirement, Lou played a large role in the company up until his passing in 2017. So he retired in 2007 and passed away in 2017. Well, look at that. You know what? I don't know what he did in World War II, but he served this country. He sure did. Yeah, that's fabulous. I'm sure he's very proud of his family and everything. He has to be. You know what? He was very knowledgeable of what he did. You know what? We need more people like this, actually. It would be great. Who continue. Lots of people served the country after war. Especially World War II. What do they call them? The greatest generation? I guess so. Look at what they accomplished. Well, I think that's really wonderful, actually. Well, I'm glad I'm here at this place right now, so I could see this. Yeah, my grandfather served in World War II. He sure did. I didn't know him, but he did. Yep, he sure did. Yeah. And people in my community did too. You know, lots of people had families that served. They sure did. So that's good. I bet you these gentlemen here are very excited and proud. So this video is so far 27 minutes and 15 seconds.